getting all of their needs. Now, of course, they're going to be active in the free agent market and the trade market. We've already heard the rumors about Max Crosby. We've already heard the rumors about Jordan Addison, about possibly adding Alec Pierce, a Tyler Linderbaum, a Trey Hendrickson, somebody of that stature. Even Boy Maffa has been linked to them. Elijah Vera Tucker. But in this specific video, which is streaming live on YouTube, X, and TikTok right now, and will be available on YouTube after if you miss any of this. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you check out my TikTok and go follow me on TikTok because we're going to be going over strictly draft business today. Obviously, the Super Bowl was yesterday, so it's officially NFL draft season. And I'll be doing a 7-round mock. And this is, we're going to figure out all the needs. Obviously, receiver is a big need for them. Obviously, O-line, in my opinion, is a big need for them, especially at that second guard position alongside Dominic Pooney. And again, this is going to be an interesting process. It never really goes how I expect it to go. So I'm going to put a little bit of realism in this specific mock draft. This isn't what I would do. This is what I believe the 49ers will do. And again, I'm going to add Nick Talks Niners to the stream. What's up?
Yeah.
Can you see me, Nick?
Yeah, I can see you. I'm trying to get it's not recognizing my camera for whatever reason.
All good. Take your time, man. But make sure you guys go sub to Nick Talks Niners' page and follow him on TikTok if you're watching on that. But we're going to basically be going over a 7-round mock and doing what we think the 49ers front office would do if it plays out in this position. Obviously, it's a PFF mock draft simulator, so this isn't real life, but this is just projecting post Super Bowl. So again, when Nick, I'm gonna put you on off for a second till the camera goes on.
Yeah, perfect.
Just let me. Yeah, you're good. You're chilling. But basically, we'll be doing this mock draft, and we're gonna use the PFF mock draft simulator, and it's gonna go great. And again, like I said, we talked about the needs. This is besides free agency. So Alec Pierce, all the free agents that they're going to be looking at, Tyler Linderbaum, Elijah Vera Tucker, Boy Mafe, like that's all going to be free agency, and I'll do a separate video on that. For this specific one, we're going to be doing a realistic what John Lynch, what Kyle Shanahan in the War Room would be doing for the 49ers mock draft, and I'll get some help from Nick Talks Niners and that.
There we
Again,
go.
make sure, yeah, good to see you, man. Make sure you check out his stuff on TikTok and on YouTube, Nick Talks Niners. So again, I'll make this a little bit slower here. We'll go 49ers here. We'll go just so we can see, because I'll pause the draft kind of halfway up the board just to see what's going on. So again, we're all the way that I can make us to the right. So again, this will be super fun. Obviously, Fernando Mendoza won, Arvell Reese, David Bailey. That's not going to happen, but I'll pause it at around 14 to see who's available that they can start looking at. Sonny Styles. Okay. So Mansour Delane goes 14 there. So Sonny Styles gone, Peter Wood's gone, Germano. They're not getting any of these guys to begin with. Mekhi Lemon, I would love, but let's be real. Unless they trade up for Mekhi Lemon, 91.4 receiving grade, great with the ball in his hands, contested catch rate's pretty good. They're not going to get him unless they're willing to part with another first-round pick to move up. And that's the problem with being so good. You had a team that was depleted injury-wise that ended up winning 12 games. You're going to fall to 27th in the draft. Would have been maybe a good time to not make the playoffs and gotten a guy like Mekhi Lemon, but you could say that about every draft. Look, Kansas City, they're in a prime position to get a wide receiver or a running back with that 9th pick. So again, I'm going to keep simulating here, and we'll see who's on the board once we get to the pick. Keldrick Fall. I don't expect them to trade up. I don't know about what you think, Nick, but I don't expect them to trade up in this draft.
I don't either.
They always claim that they might, and they never do. So, oh wow, so even the simulator's seeing Lee Hunter go a little bit high. He's going to be a riser, so I like Lee Hunter a lot. That's interesting. Fano falls to 27 here. That's also interesting. Terrell off the board. Ione is a guy that I mocked to the 49ers in a mock draft I did with a few friends earlier on a stream. And I would love it if he was there because he could play the other guard position alongside Dominic Pooney. Again, here we're looking at the board. PFF just updated their ranking, so they have CJ Allen a little bit high for my taste. They're not going to take a linebacker, so it doesn't really matter. Concepcion's been the guy linked to them. I don't know your thoughts, Nick, on Concepcion. I like him. He's the yards after catch guy. he has stone hands. It feels like he drops a lot of passes. I'm a little concerned about that, but obviously his versatility can be used in the slot, can be used on the outside, separates at a high level, and can be a punt returner, which they may need if Sky Moore leaves, right?
Yeah, very true. Uh, the tough thing about Concepcion too is his quarterback like doesn't he's not super accurate and didn't throw a great ball. So a lot of his drops, I feel like you can attribute to that. But
Yeah.
um, I do like him. There's just question marks with me just because of his quarterback. Like I don't know, their offense was just kind of different. Like it wasn't like go
Yeah.
one on one outside and just try and beat the guy. Like I don't know. I do
So
like
that,
him though. My question for you, like going into this
yeah.
first pick, is what do you think the Niners are going to address in the draft, and what do you think they're going to try to address before the draft and free agency, positions
So
wise?
before the draft, I don't think they're gonna do that much, honestly, in terms of
Mm,
movement. I mean, I think going into this draft, I don't think they fill the wide receiver need quite yet. We'll see. Obviously, time can tell. I don't think they'll make a trade before this draft. I
mhm.
know they've been linked to Jordan Addison. They've been linked to some wide receivers on the trade market. I don't even think they'll make a Max Crosby trade until the day of, if it happens,
Yeah.
of the draft. So I don't. I think going into this, there's going to be. We're assuming right now that there's no movement. They don't trade for Max Crosby. They don't trade for Addison. Maybe they sign Alec Pierce. Maybe they sign a Tyler Linderbaum. I don't expect them to do either of that because I just don't trust the front office's intentions. I think, obviously the Debo rumors, that would be ridiculous, but I
Mhm.
could see them because Kyle loves Debo
Yeah,
getting Debo back.
100%.
But I also don't think that they'll pick a receiver here. I really don't. I know a lot of people have them mocked, like the needs, it says receiver guard. I just think with the Raheem Morris hire, I've been doing this so much. I've been mocking Emmanuel McNeil
Yeah.
Warren to them. And I think they're actually going to take an edge rusher or a safety with this pick. I don't think they go offensive line or receiver with this pick. I don't.
Yeah, I could see them going safety as well, just because the edge market, like at this point, kind of becomes like low. And granted, I like a lot of times Akeem Mesidor is a player that's sliding down to 27, and I do like him as a pure pass rusher. And if he got to the Niners, he'd probably be the second best pass rusher behind Bosa, but he's 25 years old. Like
Yeah.
he's an old rookie. Like he will be an old rookie. So is that somebody we really want to draft in the first round? I don't know.
I would, because I mean, last year they drafted Michael, can't rush the passer to save his life, and he's young, and they were betting on the traits, right? So
Yeah.
again, great edge setter, great at stopping the run, but like they need a legit pass rusher. They need someone who can sack the fucking quarterback. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So I would like Mesidor here. I don't really worry about the age. You're also not you don't have to worry about a second contract with that guy because you'll get him relatively cheap when he's 29 for a second contract. Probably
Yeah.
like the market will be a little bit
It's
different.
similar to Ricky. Like Ricky came out very similar in age. So I
A
get what you're
hundred
saying.
percent. Ricky was older. A lot of
Yeah.
these guys were. I think that right now, if I had to put my money who they would draft at 27, if he's there, I do think they would go Emmanuel McNeil Warren. Based
Mm,
on what we saw from Nick Emenworry, his impact, the obvious comparisons that are going to be thrown out
mhm,
there throughout the process of Emmanuel McNeil Warren and Nick Emenworry and Raheem Morris, even if he doesn't adopt the full 3-4 and they do some variation of the wide nine, I think they're going to allow him to do more of a 3-4. But regardless,
mhm.
he's going to need ball hawks in the secondary, guys
Yeah.
that are versatile. And they really only have Mustafa. Siegel's young and he didn't play that well down the stretch. They don't really have any other safeties. Brown's gone. So, like, they're
Yeah.
not, come on, he's not going to be a 49er next year. And they just have Mustafa, who's, was good in coverage his rookie year, but this past year, not a great coverage guy. Reminded me a lot of a younger Hufanga in the
Yeah.
sense where he hits hard, he can stop the run, but he's just
Mhm.
really bad in coverage. Obviously, Hufanga was a better player at this point, but I like Mustafa's long term outlook if you get an Emmanuel McNeil Warren. The only issue is if you make this pick for safety, you better hope that you can trade for a Max Crosby or sign a Trey Hendrickson or a Boy Mafa, somebody like that that
Mhm.
can get you some pass rush juice. Because obviously Keon White was shot today. He'll be fine by training camp. But I like Keon White. I think he played
I do
pretty
too.
well. I
I
mean,
do
there's
too.
not much again when you don't have Nick Bosa out there and you don't have anybody who can rush the passer. It's
Yeah.
hard to get to the quarterback, and he was one
Yeah.
of the few guys that consistently got pressure on opposing quarterbacks. I like his
Mhm.
upside. But besides Keon White, Michael, we don't know when he'll be back. He claims he'll be back by the first game. I don't think so. Nick Bosa is probably back by the first game, but I would be shocked if
Yeah.
Michael plays or is even close to full strength by the first game, right? So
Yeah, it'll
you
be
have
close.
to get more edge rushers for Raheem to cook. Because what Raheem did last year, and I know Ulbrich was calling some defensive plays too, but it was mostly Raheem's system. He really did a good job, him and Ulbrich, developing James Pierce. Obviously now he might not be back, but he had a bazillion sacks. Jalen
Yeah.
Walker looked great. He had a bunch of sacks. They had a bunch of interceptions from safeties. It was
Yeah, it
Xavier
was
Watts,
turnovers.
Bowman,
Jesse
right? They
Bates.
forced exactly. They
Yeah.
forced a turnover. So I feel like
Yeah.
this is a guy that if your intention is to let Raheem cook and let him do what he does best, this is a guy I guarantee Raheem is going to go into the draft room and be like, I need this guy. This
Yeah.
is like our Nick Worry. And I
It's an
wouldn't be
easy
mad at the
sell.
pick. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
it's
be
an
mad at
easy
the pick.
sell. Yeah, I
I
mean, if you look at last year with our turnovers too, like he's gonna be like, we lost the turnover battle in virtually every game, you know?
100%.
Uh, so
And
yeah, it's an easy sell.
the thing is too, even if there's injuries on the D line again, if you have another guy that can actually intercept the football
Yeah.
and protect Mustafa back there, your corners are going to look better. Now you could say the same thing about drafting a pass rusher here and be like, look, if we're getting pressure on the quarterback, our corners are going to look better anyways. And Siegel might be able to be a safety that can actually play. We don't know. I mean, Renardo Green was good 2 years ago because we got more pressure on the quarterback. And then this
Yeah.
past year, he wasn't that good, Renardo
Mhm.
Green, because he was getting kind of cooked because we weren't getting pressure on the quarterback. So I think it'll make our corners look better if we can get another safety, we can get another edge rusher. But I think they would be deciding between Emmanuel McNeil Warren in this situation. Akeem Mesidor, I mean, you look at the PFF grades, 92.5 pass rush grade, 94.2 true pass rush grade, 20.8% pass rush win rate, which is ridiculous, and an excellent run defender, probably the best in the class at 88.3. So that's
Yeah.
another guy I think they would look at. I think they'd look at Monroe Freeling.
I do
Just
like
because
Freeling as well.
I like him. I think he's one of the only guys that can be a true tackle. Like Lomu, I think is going to be a guard. He might be able
Yeah.
to play tackle,
I
but
agree with that.
Proctor's for sure. Is Proctor off the board in this scenario? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't even think he should be a first round pick.
Yeah.
But he's a guard.
Mhm.
If they drafted Proctor, I'd be so fucking mad, dude.
He'd be a good guard, but he's gonna be a guard for
Yeah,
sure.
but like his feet are slow, and the only benefit is you have the guy that's probably looks the most like him on your team that can maybe teach him how to. But Trent has much faster feet. I mean, you can't really
Yeah.
teach. The guy needs to lose some weight to play tackle, but he could be a good guard. So I think they would look at Freeling. I think they would look at Mesidor. I think they would look at McNeil Warren and obviously Casey Concepcion. Denzel Boston's gone in this scenario. How high did he
Mhm.
go? 18. This is another guy they'd look at. And I just look at this. They couldn't beat man coverage to save their life last year.
Yeah.
90 grade versus man coverage, 77% contested catch rate, 87 grade. This guy is going to be a stud in the league. So I would be fine actually drafting receiver if it was Boston. I prefer Boston over Concepcion. I know Maj doesn't like that take.
I
Personally, I
like
do.
Boston as well.
I think Boston is kind of a perfect fit for the 49ers because I think it's easier to get more of a yak guy in
Yeah.
round 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Versus
Yeah.
a legit vertical threat that can beat man
Mhm.
coverage. So I think they would consider that. But in this scenario, I think we're going to go with Emmanuel McNeil Warren here. And let's see how the board plays out.
Yeah, I
Just
think it's
on
gonna be a toss up between like if the Steelers or the Bills. Like I could
mm,
see I've been seeing some trade scenarios where the Bills get Brian Thomas Jr. from the Jags. But if they don't land somebody like that, they're gonna be looking receiver, and so are the Steelers. And so it's a toss up of who it's gonna be, whether it's Boston or Concepcion. One of them's probably gonna be there, but it's a toss up at this point.
100%. So that means there's less receiver talent for the 49ers at that pick. So here we
Yep.
go to 58. D'Angelo Pons, I love,
I
but you
love
already
D'Angelo.
have Upton Stout, and it's like you don't want two tiny corners. But I guess if anybody can do it, it's those two guys. I mean, he's incredible,
I
D'Angelo
love
Pons.
D'Angelo. He's a dog.
He is a dog, but
Absolute
I
dog.
get so concerned about 2 5'8" corners, bro. I
I know.
get
Well, and
really
it's
concerned.
not like Renardo Green or Demo are big guys either. Like they're
No, I
kind of
mean,
all
we like
small.
small corners and
Yeah.
we've thrived with small corners. I mean, even
Mhm.
Ward was what, 6'1"? I think he was the tallest corner
Yeah.
we had.
Akilo was small too.
Akello
Like
was small.
yeah.
Yeah. So again, I would love D'Angelo Pons here, but I just don't see them going corner at
Mhm.
this point. Like, I don't think they would. I think Caleb Tiernan's a guy they would consider. Probably, they list they. I think he can play tackle. He's truly one of the only guys that can play tackle here at this position. Most of these guys are guards. I'd love Connor Liu, but let's be real, they're not going to move off Brendel. So, he
No
knows
shot.
Kyle's system. He's going to play next year. And he actually wasn't as bad as I thought he was going to be this year.
No,
But
he
I
wasn't.
would prefer an upgrade, but I don't think it's at the top of the list like I thought it was last year. Kamari Ramsey's another guy, but you drafted a safety here. So this is a weird position for them because you have a wide receiver need, you have an edge need. Derek Moore, I like Derek Moore, but I just don't think that's the type of guy they would
Mhm.
take here. I don't think they would take a D lineman. Elijah Surratt's great and he's good against man coverage. I think he kind of fits, but he's also not as fast
He's a possession
as
receiver. He's very
yeah,
similar to like Juwan Jennings' game. Like
exactly.
to
Like
me, the comp I gave him when I've watched him a ton this year, but the comp I gave him is a slower, less athletic Mike Evans. Like
yeah,
that's what it gives me.
yeah. Like who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Cortland Sutton a lot, Elijah Surratt.
Similar, yeah,
He
for
reminds me
sure.
a lot of Cortland Sutton. And I know they've been talking about Denzel Boston being Cortland Sutton, but Denzel Boston's way quicker than Cortland Sutton, I feel
Yeah,
like.
yeah,
Surratt kind
definitely.
of feels like a guy that can catch anything, runs routes very well, big,
Mhm.
but also like, not going to be a huge yak guy, not going
No,
to
not at all. Yeah, if you
outrun anybody. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
if you have a super accurate quarterback, I mean, the way he was catching those back shoulders from
Mendoza.
Mendoza, yeah, I don't know, I wanna call him Mendez for a second. Mendoza, like, dude, those back shoulders were elite, and he catches some jump balls that are spectacular. Like, he's definitely a possession receiver and at the catch point kinda guy, but he's not gonna give you a ton after the catch.
100%. I do think they'll consider Pawns here, but I just think because of
Mhm.
even if they sign an Alec Pierce, receiver is going to be such a thing here, and the guards aren't great. I actually think this is where they do their usual round two reach. And I guess you could say Collins worked out, but it was a reach at the time. No one had
Yeah,
Collins going in round two. I mean, he had a third round grade on almost everybody's board. Nick
yeah.
Martin was worse. No one even had a top
That
seven
was
round grade
yeah,
on Nick Martin.
yeah.
But
No,
I
he
think
was
this is
yeah.
where they'll look at yards after the catch, speed, punt returning, and I think they would go Zachariah Branch in this position if he's here.
Yeah.
I
I
think they
dude,
would.
Branch is one of those people that I almost don't mind the reach on at this point, just because I don't think he's gonna like. It's like you're reaching for your second pick, but I don't think he's making it to the third pick. You know what I mean? So like
Absolutely not. Yeah, yeah. I
that's
mean,
the
he's gonna be a
tough.
guy who rises in the process. What I am
Yeah,
concerned
yeah,
about is maybe it was just Gunnar Stockton and Georgia's offense, but most of his balls were behind the line of scrimmage. You know what I mean? They were
yeah,
like screens. Like he had the highest
yeah,
screen percentage, but it shows. Look, he's 87.5 against man coverage. He's fast as shit.
yeah. He's a burner. He's a burner.
And he's a yak guy. I think he would
Yeah,
be a perfect Kyle Shanahan gadget type of player. And
yeah,
I think like in round two, getting a guy that actually is going to play as a rookie because he does so much and he's so versatile. Like I'd love
yeah.
Omar Cooper here. He's not falling here. So there's no point in
Hmm.
even thinking about that.
Yeah,
I think Omar Cooper's probably the only guy that I would think is more of a perfect fit for Kyle's system
yeah.
than Zachariah Branch. But I'd be elated if they could get Emmanuel
Wasn't
McGill.
Branch at USC
He was at
before Georgia?
USC. He
Yeah,
was
and
at
he was a
USC.
good player at
He
UFC too.
was.
So you can't just accredit it to Stockton and Georgia's offense. I think like to your point, he's a good gadget player where one he can stretch the field on a deep ball. Two, he can catch a screen pass and take off. He could catch a slant across the middle. He's a little bit
Yeah,
on the smaller side. So when it comes to those crossing routes, he could get absolutely killed, but
that's
he's a good
true. And
player.
injuries could be a concern because he is slim. But I
Yeah,
mean, he's gotten hit a bunch and he's held up well. He hasn't been hurt his entire college career.
that is true. That is
But
true.
once he becomes a Niner, he'll be hurt all the time. I'm just joking. I'm not really, but I'd be really elated with safety and wide receiver here, getting two like legit game changers at positions of need. I
Yeah, I'd be
know
excited.
people would love a guard or a tackle, and I would too, but Vega Ione wasn't there in the round one, so I didn't even consider him there. Prignon was even gone, I feel like, by the time in round one, or he's kind of a round two early guy, so I didn't want
Mhm.
to reach there. And I didn't love any of the tackles. Like, I don't love Caleb Lomu. Like, is he that much of a difference maker? I'd rather get difference makers because this is a very weak offensive tackle class. I would try and sign Elijah Vera Tucker to play the other guard
Yeah.
spot. And if
Yeah.
they let's assume that Elijah Vera Tucker signs with the 49ers, which I could absolutely see happen. I mean, he has California ties. He went to SC. I don't know if he grew up in the Bay Area. He might have actually, but he might be from SoCal. Let me see, Vera Tucker. I just want to make sure I'm doing. I'm. Where did he grow up? He grew up in Oakland. He went to Bishop O'Dowd. I'm right. He is a Bay Area guy. So I think that would fit in perfectly, and I think he'd be
Mhm.
interested in signing. And he's kind of a guy you can get at a bargain because he didn't have a great year. He's been dealing with injuries, and you can get him pretty cheap for like 3 years, 60 million. And this is a Pro Bowl type of guard. I feel like if you can get him there, I think that I'd feel much better about the line at least next year with
Mhm.
healthy Pooney, healthy Tucker. McKivitz is probably the best bargain in the league at tackle. He's not great. He'll get mauled by like great D lines, but like he's
For
also
sure.
not horrible. And then you got Trent, and you kind of just push off getting the replacement to Trent till next year. I guess till worst case scenario.
I
I
know.
mean, it's tough, but like there's no tackles anymore in this class here. If they don't sign Elijah Vera Tucker, a guy here at this pick would be Rutledge, who I think
Yeah, I like Rutledge actually a
he's
lot.
great. I watched his tape. I really like him. I think he's a natural fit. He obviously had a good zone grade, good
He
run
had a
grade,
good
and
Senior
good.
Bowl too, if I'm not mistaken.
He did. So I do like him a lot there. I hate Chris Brazell. I don't want them going anywhere near him. He's just Deontay Thornton. They're like the same fucking player. They can't catch. They can
Yeah.
burn. They can get open downfield, and they're tall and skinny. But he's just Deontay Thornton. I'm not saying Deontay Thornton's a bad player, but like it's not a guy I
Not a
want
3rd
early
round.
round three.
Yeah.
So Rutledge is definitely a guy I think they'd consider here. I think they would consider Kamara with their Indiana roots, but he is 6'1". That's why he's going to fall. He's small, but he does bring a little pass rush juice, and he's really good against the run. So like I could see that if they continue to do a variation of the wide nine, I could see them targeting him. Just as Zion Young's a guy that they are going to be looking at with that first pick as well. If they
Yeah.
don't upgrade at edge rusher, he kind of just fits what they want
Plus,
to do.
coming out of Indiana, like, those players are so well coached. So he's gonna be
100%.
so disciplined. Like,
And
that's what I
CJ
do like
West, it
about
seemed
all
like
those.
got better and
Dude,
better
I
throughout
love
the
CJ.
year. And I
Yeah.
love CJ West.
Yeah.
I think he became
Huge
him and
CJ West
Collins
fan.
truly the only benefit of them playing a playoff game and winning was, like these rookies got experience. Like obviously
Yep.
they hit on Stout, it looks like. I think they hit on Collins and West. I actually think John did a good job in last year's draft, other than I wouldn't have taken Michael at 11, but jury's still out on him. Siegel was jury's still out. Nick Martin, I guess you could say jury's still out, but he might fucking retire from concussions.
Jury's
So,
still out on Jordan James too.
well, I think he's good. I don't think Kyle used him. Like he's obviously a better running back, I feel like, through the tackles at this point than Christian McCaffrey. But I think
Yeah.
most running
I
backs
mean,
are.
only time will tell.
Yeah, only all running backs are better through the tackles than Christian. Yet Kyle loves to run Christian McCaffrey through the tackles like 400 times a game. And I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, use this guy as every once in a while you get him to the outside, get him some slip screens, and use him as a receiver. And every once in a while
Yeah.
he gets 10 to 12 rushes a game and goal line touches. That's all I would give McCaffrey. I actually think they should consider. I'll do it in a separate video. They should absolutely consider signing Ken Walker or Brees Hall or Travis Etienne. Like they won't, but
They'd be
like
sick, but
they
yeah.
should consider a one-two
Kenneth Walker's
punch.
just gonna get priced out. I'm telling you, he's gonna be
Yeah,
dumb
yeah, yeah.
expensive, especially after an MVP.
Seattle has so much cap space though. I feel like they're just going to give him like 15 mil a year or
Maybe,
some
but
shit.
but I don't know with Charbonnet. I know he's coming off an injury, but they like
It,
Charbonnet a lot, dude. Charbonnet was taking snaps over Kenneth Walker before he got hurt.
no, which
Like
was
he was their
stupid. The
number
team
one.
became better when Charbonnet got
A
hurt.
hundred, 100%. A
Because you
hundred.
actually used Ken Walker to the level they should have
Yeah,
used him at.
yeah,
Uh, that's why I was like anti Ken Walker in fantasy. I told people not to draft him preseason simply because they stopped fucking using him. I
yeah.
love him as a player.
Especially goal line.
Yeah, I don't love him in fantasy football. But
Yeah,
imagine if
100%.
like Charbonnet missed the entire year, bro. He would have been like the RB 1, 2, or 3 in fantasy football.
Yeah,
Like he would
he
have
would have been
gotten a
crazy.
bazillion touches. Again, we have Emmanuel McNeil Warren. We have Zachariah Branch in the 7 round mock so far. Make sure you're sub to my YouTube if you're watching this on TikTok or X. Make sure you also sub to Nick Talks Niners' YouTube and TikTok. And if you're watching on YouTube, Make sure to follow me on TikTok too, because I've been coming out with a lot of NFL Draft Niners content on there as well. So here again, we talked about Kamara. We talked about, I mean, you got people. Maj loves this guy. I don't fucking like him, but I don't think we need a corner the way I could see Brian Parker. I don't think he falls this far. People like him a lot. I think he's a guard. Other people think he's a tackle. He's a bit slim. He's 305 at 6'5". But I mean, he kind of fits their system. If they don't take a safety in the
Yeah,
first
Bud
round,
Clark's sick.
Bud Clark's another guy they'll look at. I like him a lot. I, I mean, this could be the weird. I'm trying to think about from their perspective. I know who I would draft here. I think
Dude, Tucker's sick too. As if you're talking about a pure pass rusher, I think Tucker's sick, and I think that's somebody they'll look at.
where's
Uh,
Tucker? He's down a
down,
little bit.
yeah, out of Central Michigan. He's a little
Where's
bit
he?
more, a little
Oh yeah,
right there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He's great. He's
yeah,
he's
Tucker's
incredible.
sick.
Him and Lawrence are guys that I think are going to rise. Malachi Lawrence too. I like from UCF. I
Yeah,
think those two are going to rise. They have insane, outstanding PFF grades, and they're pretty big
yeah,
dudes.
yeah.
I mean,
Tucker's sick, but he's a pure pass rusher. Like he's gonna be
yeah,
similar to like a Bryce Huff mold.
and I think they're gonna. I think correct me if I'm wrong. Bryce Huff is he under contract? I think he's a free agent, isn't
Yeah.
he?
No, he's under
Oh, he has one more
contract.
year. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's good because I think Bryce Huff's going to be
Yeah, let me
incredible for them
confirm,
next
but
year.
I think he has one more year.
That'd be good for them because they gave what pick? They gave a fourth for him.
Yeah, and it was a yeah, he signed a 3-year deal in 2024, so one more year.
Got it. Okay, that's good. They need him, so that's good. They don't have to focus. So they have their pure pass rusher. So Tucker doesn't make as much sense there. I know I would take Rutledge here, but I'm just trying to think from their perspective. Rutledge seems like maybe they sometimes they buy into linemen in the mid rounds, but I'm just thinking of what running back they're going to take here. Even though
Mhm.
they shouldn't, I'm thinking of like I think a guy they would love is who I love is Claiborne. I just don't think
Really?
they're not going to like him though because he's just a burner. But I think they need that Isaac Garendo type of guy, and they never use him. They want
Like, is this guy more
something.
similar to Garendo, or is he
Yes,
like a
he's gonna be the
RJ
guy.
Harvey kind of burner?
I mean, those guys are both similar. I
I
think
just
they
think
need.
like their body types are different. Is kind of what I'm getting at. Like Harvey's more of
No,
like
they
a
have the same
slimmer
body
guy.
type. I think 5'10", 195. He's a little bigger than Harvey, but I mean,
Okay.
he's yeah. I mean, you can put him in that buck here. I love Damon Claiborne. Honestly, I just know the Niners love slow fucking running backs. So like B Rob, Christian McCaffrey, Jordan James, like these
Yeah.
are like all guys that ran 4.6 plus. I think James might have ran a 4.58, but like I mean, Jesus Christ, dude, they don't like Burn. They need somebody who can fuck. They hate Garendo. I don't know what he did, but like they hate him, bro. Like I get
Yeah.
fumbles. Fuck, who cares, bro? Like Derrick Henry fumbled the
I think
ball
it's
80
just the
times.
injuries mixed with the fumbles, but
I mean, I just don't know why they don't use
I
him.
mean,
He ran a
if you're going based on what you're saying, the slower running backs, then I could see them going with Hemby out of Indiana, like right at the bottom of
Yeah.
your screen. I'm a huge fan. I don't know a ton about this Claiborne guy. I'll have to look into him. I'm a huge fan of both the Penn State guys, like Katron Allen and Nick
Oh
Singleton. I'm a
yeah.
huge fan of both of them. Um, I
I
think they're
just
sick
I know them too well. I know that they would like a running back here. They might push it to
for
like
sure.
hopefully round because there's some ones later like
Yeah, Black
Kalen
and
Black
Hemby
is
are both
good.
sick. Yeah, Black
Yeah,
and
Black
Hemby are
is
both sick.
but Black's more of a guy they need than Hemby, I feel like.
Mhm.
I think he plays kind of more what they need. Hemby kind of plays. I feel like when I watch Hemby, I see a lot of Jordan James actually. So I mean, I feel like those guys
Similar
are
college
pretty
tape for sure.
pretty similar. Um, I'm gonna say they actually take Rutledge in this scenario and get an extra guard.
That'd be sick.
I'd be great. And then, even if they have Elijah Vera Tucker, then you get some depth on the line,
Yeah.
which is something they've
Yeah.
never had.
Yeah.
Like I think that's probably the best option there. I would be elated. This guy loves Le'Veon Moss from Anna. I like
Mhm.
Moss. I mean, he was injured and he didn't do anything like all year, but I mean, he was really good 2 years ago. I think he's kind of this year's Ollie Gordon, right? Where
Dude,
it's like he was good 2 years ago, but like this past year was really bad. He's a power runner. Like maybe he's good, probably good at the goal line, but it's a dangerous pick.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
thought Ollie Gordon was good though for the Dolphins this year when they did
he
use
was
him
pretty good. He was pretty good. I mean, they definitely need to use Gordon more because Achan's going to get hurt if they give him like 40 touches a game. He's too skinny.
for sure.
All right. So in this scenario, your guy Singleton's still here.
Yeah, I think you have to go. I think if
Uh,
there's no way they let both of these guys go
I
before they
just
take a
I
running
like
back.
Allen a little better
Allen's
personally.
sick. Like they're both sick. You can't go wrong. I just think I think Nick Singleton can do more out of the backfield than Katron Allen. That's what I think
Yeah.
they'll look at.
Then we'll
But
go Singleton here.
they
I'll
are
trust.
both
I'll take your
awesome.
word on it. So this kind of seems like a 49ers draft. No lineman, no edge rusher so far.
Well, no, we got
Everyone's going to be
Rutledge.
mad. No, no, no. Oh, my bad. No tackle, no
Yeah,
edge
yeah, there you
rusher
go.
so
There
far. This is an
you go.
interesting scenario. I could absolutely see him taking Aller or Klubnik
I
here.
would we talked about this yesterday. I would
I would
love if they
love
took
them to take
Aller.
Drew Aller, bro. I
Yeah.
would. I
I
would.
mean, we're talking a year ago, he was top 5 guaranteed lock.
Dude, he's 21 years old. I mean, if you like can teach him how to be a processor, put him through the Kyle Shanahan camp,
Yeah.
like you could let Mac Jones walk. I'm just looking at the other
If
positions
you put
here.
Aller next to Rourke, like Rourke's not this guy's not even getting like they're not looking at Rourke anymore.
Yeah. I love Jacoby Lane. I mean, I'm biased, but this is a guy similar to he's like a slower Mike Evans. You know, his
Mm.
contested catches off the charts, similar to whoever we were talking about earlier. Was it Surratt?
Yeah, yeah. Did Cooper go from Indiana? Omar?
Oh yeah,
Cooper?
way early. Cooper went in like
3rd round.
no, he went early round 2 in
Did
this
he
mock.
really?
Yeah, right here,
Wow.
44. I think he's gonna sneak into round 1.
I
I
don't
think
dude, I've heard you say that. I don't think he sneaks in around 1. I'd be shocked.
I think the Bills could take him for sure. I think they could absolutely.
You
Like
think they take him over KC or Denzel Boston?
no, no, but I think that in that scenario, Boston goes 16th to the Jets. Receivers would have to go early for that scenario to happen. But
Yeah.
I think that's definitely the next guy they would look at over a Zachariah Branch over other guys. I think
Mm.
here you have some picks in a row. I do think they would go Drew Aller.
Yeah, I
I think
agree.
you kind of like get a court, just in case Brock struggles next year. I mean, look, they haven't given Brock what he needs. I think we're all in agreement on that. I think Brock's a very good quarterback. The fact of the matter is he is going to be making 50 plus $1 million. The cap hit isn't as substantial because they gave him an signing bonus. They're not a dumb front office in that sense when it comes to contracts. But like
Mhm.
if he struggles next year, whether it's his fault or not, they'll start to look at other options if they don't make a deep playoff run next year.
Yeah,
That's just a fact. It has nothing to do. It might not even be Brock's fault if they go into next year with no wide receivers and no line again. But I'm just saying that's kind of how they've operated in the Kyle John era is they love quarterbacks that are cheaper on a rookie contract. They had Jimmy for a bit, but they thrived when they had Brock on the rookie contract.
for sure.
I don't know. I definitely think that's something they're considering getting a guy that talented. His footwork needs a lot of work. He is a fucking rocket of an arm. I mean, shit, on those vertical routes, if they draft Denzel Boston, take Purdy out for one play, put Drew Aller's ass in there and let him launch that ball downfield. I mean, the guy's got
Yeah,
the best arm in the class. I don't think
for
there's any
sure.
doubt about that. I mean, the guy,
Yeah, I don't think so
there's
either.
some things on tape still, bro. Like, I know he had a very poor season, but like, he throws rockets, dots downfield, like 60 yards, bro, in the
He
bucket.
does.
Like
He
that. He
does.
has unreal arm talent. He has Josh Allen type of arm talent.
Well, and
He
a
is
similar
just
body type to Josh Allen as well.
yes, but he
His
just doesn't have the
processing is
footwork
just so
and
bad
his
too.
processing is
Yeah,
horrible. He's a
yeah,
horrible processor.
yeah.
We have a question here. What do you guys think about Kyle Louis, linebacker? Yeah, I haven't watched him enough,
I haven't
honestly.
either.
I haven't
I
watched him enough. He already got
Same
taken,
with
didn't he?
Caden Wetjen, wide
Yeah, I haven't
receiver.
watched either of those guys, honestly. You know my honest
Where
opinion.
did Caden Wetjen play?
I think he played at a smaller school. I know him. I just haven't watched his tape. He's a wideout. He was at the Senior Bowl, or the Shrine? He might have been at the Shrine Bowl. Let me look at wide receivers. How far down is he?
Oh, he's a Hawkeye.
He went to Iowa.
Yeah, Caden Wetjen, Hawkeye 5'9", 196.
He's not even on here.
He's a senior.
Yeah,
This
he
year
was
he
at the
had
Shrine
20
Bowl.
catches for 151 yards,
Got it, got it, got it. All right,
which
yeah, I
it's
mean,
tough
that's
to tell because you're
definitely
talking about Iowa, like, they don't throw the
yeah,
ball
they
like
don't pass. Yeah, I don't know. In this scenario, this is only a few picks later.
Hutchins, I think here, but
You think Hutchins?
I think so just because we haven't gotten edge, they'd probably look edgier. Um,
I
and,
like
like
Malachi Lawrence too.
yeah, same with do you like Perkins at LSU? He's still available.
He's a linebacker though, isn't he? They gonna make
Uh,
him
I'm not sure.
edge?
They have him listed as edge. Um,
I mean, I love Perkins's upside. This was a guy who was supposed to be a second round pick last year, but
mhm,
didn't have a good year. He's tiny. He's definitely a hybrid type of guy, right? Like he's 222. So like
yeah.
he doesn't fit their scheme.
I love Pat Coogan too for a late round
Oh, me too.
pick.
But like I feel like
Yeah,
Pat Coogan is gonna sneak into like round 3 or some shit. Someone's gonna need a center and they're gonna be like, oh, Pat
I
Coogan's
could
good.
see
Like
it. I could see
I
it.
I like Hutchins. I don't like him as much as Lawrence, but like he's also small. He's only 240. What's Lawrence? I always think about that with the Niners picks because like they love bigger edge rushers. They hate smaller edges. Like they would pass on David Bailey if he fell to them at 27.
There's no
Bro,
way,
that's how
dude.
they
David
fucking
Bailey is a
hate. I know
freak.
he's unreal, but they hate skinny edge rushers.
No,
That's why
David
they
Bailey's
passed
gonna
on James
go.
Pierce.
I think Sala might take David Bailey, dude.
Yeah, at 4.
Yeah,
I
like,
agree, but
dude,
he's even
David
too skinny
Bailey's a
for
freak.
Saleh.
I don't know. He's so good.
I don't know. I like Lawrence here. How about we don't go edge and we go
We
okay,
could
you
look
gotta
elsewhere.
work with me on this one.
Okay,
I really like him.
dude, I
I
do
don't
too, but they're
I don't
not
they might
going
have
to do it, dude.
PTSD. They might have
Dude,
PTSD, but like I actually really like
you
Bryce
think
Land.
Bryce would want to play for us though? No shot.
Yeah, no way. But
No
like
way.
I would consider it, but that would
Yeah,
be like
I like him as well. He's
I
super
mean Mike
athletic. I like him
Washington's
as
not
well.
falling. They already took a running back. I Kilgore, dude, he is such bad stats. His zone coverage grade was so bad, but he was a
Yeah.
guy that was supposed to go higher.
I would love like I love how we've drafted so far, and I would be super stoked with this draft, but I'm telling you, if I have to see Luter on the field again, I'm gonna lose it, dude. I cannot with that guy. I cannot with that guy, bro. Like,
I fucking hate
brother,
Luter too. All right,
dude,
what
he is
corners are
so
available?
bad. He is so bad.
Kilgore. Takario Davis was supposed to be a top pick, but he's like fallen. He's like Reek Woolen. This guy's 6'4". The fuck?
Damn, that is literally a reclone.
Low key. How tall is this guy? Ooh, this guy fits 49ers. Look at his coverage grade and his own grade.
Yeah, I watched him. I only watched him in one game, and it was against my Oregon
Dude,
State
this
Beavers,
guy fucking
and they put
sucks,
belt.
by the way. Dominique Jack. So back when I was still playing baseball, trying to play professionally, I worked out at this facility and Dominique Jackson. This is when he was like a 5-star in high school. And he brought his girlfriend to the gym to work out with one of the trainers. First
It's
of
never
all,
a
red
good sign.
flag,
Yeah,
never a good sign.
100%.
Didn't even work out. Showed
Oh,
up for a
jeez.
workout, didn't want to risk anything, any injury. Motherfucker, you play football. Right there, I knew that guy was soft. Right there. I'm like, that
Yeah.
guy's going to stink in college and in the NFL right there. Doesn't have it mentally, which is why, USC made him transfer and he didn't do shit at Alabama. So that's not an option. Harvey's not that good, but he's fine. I mean, I'm an SC guy, so like I like have some. I would have loved Bishop Fitzgerald if they didn't go Emmanuel McNeil Warren, but
Yeah.
I could see this guy. Well, let's go to Cario Davis for the fuck of it. Something fun. Some fun. We're almost done here, but Sam Rouge. No, I don't think they'll go tight end in this draft unless Sadiq falls to them at 27. They'll consider it, but I still don't think they would take him.
You don't think they consider Max Clare with their second round?
Maybe, but they have George Kittle, who's not going to be out too long, and then Jake Tonjes is under contract.
I mean, who knows? George got messed up late in the year.
Yeah, but he had a
Like he's gonna miss probably 5 to 10 weeks somewhere in there.
yeah. I don't okay, well now
I
we're
love
fucked with
myself some
edge.
Tonjas though.
I like Tonjas. All right, who do we got that can play edge now? Let's see. Oh god, this is not a good list. Maybe we should have waited on corner and drafted your boy Hutchins. Who dude, I
Yeah, we're
don't even
kind of in
know.
the absolute trenches and not the good kind.
All right, let's not go edge then. Let's
I mean, bro,
go
this draft also just isn't really deep, like as far as just the whole class. Like,
I like dude, I'm cool getting another coverage safety in Bishop
you
Fitzgerald.
think they take another one though?
They wouldn't take two, but I'm just saying I'm cool with it. Oh, Logan Jones. I like him. Center, backup Brendel. Makes sense to me.
They love Iowa guys too, because
Let's
their
just
zone
draft him and
blocking
let's see how
scheme.
it looks. So in this scenario, they have to be very active on the frickin' market for for
Yeah,
edges.
what do you think
So
about them going after McGovern, the Bills center?
it's the same thing like with Linderbaum. I just don't think they're going to pay a lot of money for a
I
center.
think McGovern's going to be way cheaper than Linderbaum though.
I agree, but he doesn't know Kyle's system.
Yeah.
So like Kyle loves guys that love his system. Okay, so it gave us a C plus, but I actually like this draft. I don't think they value Branch high enough. I know we could have gone edge rusher here, and it was we could have gone there, but getting another corner just so this guy can play over Darrell Luter, like please, dude. I mean, he's 6'4", 200. He has
No,
enough.
I'm begging John Lynch at this point, bro.
Just at this point, a corner there. That's why we went there, center. So in this case scenario of Huff, Bosa, and hopefully Max Crosby on your defensive line with Keon White, because we didn't draft an edge here. I'm making an alternate universe. I could see safety or corner round one, tackle in round two, and then an edge in round three, and then back to safety in round
Dude, but
four.
see this with I mean with the needs we have, like you're sacrificing something. So if you went just what you just said, then we're sacrificing receiver. And it's like our receiving core is so shot right now.
100%. I'm with you.
So it's like take your pick. You got to sacrifice something.
I'm with you. But I like this draft. I appreciate you for
Yeah, I do
joining
too.
me,
Thank you
Nick.
for having
We'll
me,
we'll
brother.
be on Saturday with Maj and everything.
For sure.
That'll be fun. But yeah, that's the draft. Make sure you sub to my YouTube if you're watching on X or TikTok. Make sure if you're sub to my YouTube, you go on TikTok and follow me at X. And make sure to follow Nick on Nick Talks Niners on everything. YouTube, X, TikTok. Thank you again.